I'm not photogenic. Let's talk about this. Let's first define photogenic. The definition of photogenic on Google means to be attractive in photographs or on film. The problem here is with a lot of people thinking the trait of being photogenic is something you're either born or born without, when in reality, being photogenic is a skill that you can learn and master. Yes, some kids are born natural athletes, natural singers.
Something has changed within me.
But it doesn't mean that you can't work on those skills like singing to better yourselves, and there's been many countless videos of people improving their skills of singing from almost non-existent to being beautiful, amazing singers.
When a man loves a woman,
I have died every day waiting for you.
Yes, you can be born more photogenic to fit in with the current beauty standards of the time. And just like dancing, singing, volleyball, whatever it is, you can work on photography as a skill. Photography is a huge industry. Photography is my profession. And yes, you can be better at taking photos of yourself. But there is a big difference between thinking you're not a great artist versus thinking you're not photogenic. And that is thinking that you're not photogenic can be a lot more debilitating and harmful. Let me explain by showing you a scenario and maybe you can relate. If your goal was to draw a portrait of yourself, but you ended up drawing a horrible stick figure, what would your reaction be? You most likely wouldn't say, oh my gosh, I look ugly, and instead you would say, oh man, I really suck at drawing. But when it comes to taking photos of ourselves and reacting to bad photos of ourselves, it's no longer, oh my gosh, I'm terrible at taking photos of ourselves. It usually ends up becoming, oh my gosh, I look so ugly. For some reason, when we critique our bad drawing, we're critiquing our skill. But when it comes to critiquing a photo of us, we're critiquing ourselves and not the skill of taking photos. And this is where it can be really harmful, especially for the younger generation and the generation growing up with social media. We really have to question the relationship between the ability to look good in photos and self-value. You see, the more time we spend on social media without questioning this, the more likely we are to let other people dictate how pretty we feel. And honestly, we're conditioned to believe the person we see in the photo reflects how pretty or not pretty we are, when in reality, as I said, photography is a skill. A good photo should be more of a reflection of the skill and not how pretty you are. And to better explain the art of taking photos of yourself, let's go back to the example of drawing your portrait. Because you see, the natural progression of drawing a beautiful portrait of yourself that you enjoy starts out by picking up a pencil, picking up the tool, learning about the different types of pencils out there, drawing your first line into the first shape. Maybe the first time you ever attempt to draw your face is a circle, 2 dots, and a parentheses. Maybe you're advanced and you draw a little nose. But you realize, oh, there's more details to the eyes, to the nose, to the lips. And you start drawing more shapes. And you also realize there's depth to the face. How do I create depth in drawing? You start adding shadows. And you come to the first drawing of yourself that you like. You might be catching on to what I'm trying to say here. And it's that there are equally as many elements and steps and stages to drawing a beautiful photo of you as there is to taking a beautiful photograph of you. It all starts with picking up our first camera, usually our phone, just like how we picked up the pencil. Then we attempt to take the first photo just like how we attempted to draw our first face as a stick figure. We're not amused, but we question, how can I take a better photo of myself? Just like how we question, how can I draw a better portrait of myself? You dive into the world of photography to learn about lighting, angling, posing, clothing, framing, and so many more. And all that, and finally, you get to take a photo of yourself that you love, that you feel accomplished because you worked on the skill of photography and you learned. You dedicated to learn with intention to take a beautiful photo of yourself. And then what do you realize? You realize there are multiple styles to photography. And then comes in editing. What kind of mood you want to portray. Now you want to express creatively. Maybe you incorporate different fashion, different colored lights. Maybe you want to go on a hike and have a beautiful waterfall behind you. All this to say that photography is a skill, just like drawing is a skill. Even as a professional portrait photographer, I didn't start working on the skill of photographing myself until a year and a half ago. I don't think I ever even willingly took selfies for the reason of taking a cute selfie for myself until I was 25. But I tried. Obviously, the first time I turned the camera to myself, I didn't enjoy it. I said, oh boy. And I thought negative thoughts too. I said, oh, why do I look like that? I had negative thoughts. But the important part is that we survived, and the next time we tried again. And we learned. We tried the next time with intention and gained a new experience. By gaining a new experience, I learned something new. By learning something new, I applied it and gained confidence, and the confidence gave me more motivation to try again. And then we start getting into this loop of building confidence. So friends, the purpose of this video wasn't to teach you how to be photogenic, not to overwhelm you, but to give you a new perspective, to hopefully encourage you to look into the fun world of photography. And to anyone out there that's having negative thoughts while you're scrolling through social media, Instagram, TikTok, and thinking, man, why don't I look pretty like them? Why can't I take pretty photos like them? To know that you are beautiful, that your beauty and your self-value is independent from your photos, and that taking a beautiful photo of you is a skill you can learn, a tool you can use to express your creativity and your identity. So hopefully I was able to empower you to embark on a journey. Something that I have been thinking about a lot lately is creating a course that teaches you how to be photogenic, or more so, teaches you how to take better photos of yourself. And if that's something you're interested in, I'm going to leave a link below for you to be able to subscribe to my newsletter and be on the wait list for when this course does come out. I'm currently on the planning phase, and if you want to contribute to planning the course and giving me your input on what you want to see for yourself, do subscribe, and I'd love to hear more from you because I think this is going to be an incredible, life-changing course. Well, the tea is finished here, and I hope you're leaving this video feeling hopeful, inspired, and beautiful. Make sure to check out the other videos if you haven't that I have posted before, and I'll see you next Thursday, you beautiful people.